Hi, this is Jen Clark with CBN Independent Media. Today we are in Australia's capital city, Canberra. And we're here for a very unique reason. And people have come from all around Australia to be a part of what is happening here today. And I'm with one of those lovely people right now. What's your name? Where are you from?
I'm Michaela. I'm from Brisbane, and I'm a dentist of 31 years who's lost my position because of the mandate in Brisbane. And it's a horrific breach of my human rights for an experimental treatment that's not going well.
Wow. Okay.
In my opinion. The science just does not back up this mandate at all.
So is your employment, well, what is, and I'm sure it includes your employment situation, what is the single biggest reason that you are here today?
I'm here to fight for the human rights of Australia. I don't want an ID certificate. I don't want a Chinese social credit point system, and I think that's where they're headed us through. If you have a look on the other side, if you look at the follow the money, we've got corrupt politicians, we have corrupt media. The same people that own the media own Big Pharma, and they own the politicians. If you look at who gives to every party, it doesn't matter. We have an illusion of democracy. We don't have a democracy. And we're either going to go, we're at a crossroads. I'm 53 years old. I've never been at a protest before until these mandates came through. And I saw what was happening, and I was following the science, and things weren't adding up from the beginning. And it's just been a slippery spiral going deep down into a dark hole. And do your research, guys. This leads to some very evil people, starting with who owns BlackRock and Vanguard companies.
Okay. So here we are. Parliament House is literally right behind us. We're on the lawns of it. So if you had the opportunity, Michaela, what is the one thing that you want all of Australia's politicians to know?
We know that you're corrupt. It's time for you to go. And that's where we're really at. The problem is we have a lot of brainwashed people who believe our media. We have a real media, so it's lovely to speak to you today. And I don't know how we wake them up, but maybe they need to see more friends dying and sick from these jabs. But it's been quite a thing to watch this brainwashing.
To all our viewers, what is the one thing that you want everybody to know about what's happening right now?
This is a peaceful, loving protest. People who care about children, care about the next generation, and we care about the future. We don't want a future where if you're unhappy with something your politicians do and you speak out about it, that suddenly you can't take public transport, suddenly your bank accounts are frozen. And bodily autonomy is so very important. Nobody should be forcing you to have medical treatments, especially an experimental one. And my other big thing I'd like to say to a politician is that this is in third stage experimental trials. You don't go giving it to everybody. You've got to have something called a control group, and you've got to keep in mind the Nuremberg Code that we signed to, and you should consent to be in a third stage medical trial. And AKA, it's not going well.
And Michaela, how many people do you estimate are here today?
It is a lot. I think it's over 500,000, I don't know, going to 1 million. I would love to see the aerial shots. I'm sure mainstream media, I've heard a whisper from someone else, they said 400. Well, I'll just have to quote a good Australian character and say, tell them they're dreaming.
Any final thoughts from you, Michaela? And also, I'd love to know any final thoughts that you have, but what's ahead for you now as a dentist? You've put in all of those years and the investment that you've made to build a professional career like that. So what's next for you? What do you want to leave?
I've joined the Queensland Health Practitioner Alliance, so you could look at us online, the QHPA, Queensland Health Practitioner Alliance. We're a number of doctors, nurses, all sorts of health professionals. We've formed very quickly. We're looking into things in a class action legally, but we're looking at doing something brighter in the future, looking at all our legal options so that people who want a more preventative approach that isn't big pharma giving you another drug and another jab and another jab, but people who want to look at being healthy, staying healthy, because let's keep it in mind, guys, big pharma doesn't make money from healthy people. They want you sick, chronically sick, a lot more money and chronically sick.
And for you, the network that you're a part of? That's your next step?
Yes, I'm active within the Queensland Health Practitioner Alliance, and personally it's been extremely hard. I've certainly hit the lowest low in my life. Certainly the ground did fall from under me. It's taught me how important my bodily autonomy is to me. It's been the hardest time of my life. And to come along to something like this with other people going through the same thing is therapeutic.
Thank you so much, Michaela. It's really beautiful. We appreciate you sharing that. So please like and share this content and help get Michaela's very important message out there. Thank you.